Hello! Hi Playmates! Lovely to see you again. Thank you for tuning in. I did say that I would start doing a regular, just a weekly video, blog thingy, mainly to answer any of your questions or anything that's coming up in our community groups that I feel that people particularly need help with. Excuse the dog. Yes, if there's anything that's particularly coming up in conversations or in my messages, people wanting more information, then I can help with that. But I thought I did my first one last week, and I've got another one this week. This one is a bit more fun and a bit more light-hearted because obviously with being on Instagram and Facebook, I do get lots of messages and they're not always about play, funnily enough. And so I thought I'd share with you my top 5 questions I get asked that are nothing to do about play. And I think as well, people just wanting to get to know me a little bit more. I do consciously choose just to talk about play, just because yeah, I think that's what people tune in for and that's what people want to see. But I think at the same time, people maybe want to get to know me a little bit more. So I thought maybe through this vlog we could do that. So I'm just going to have a quick gulp of tea. Right, okay, I have jotted them down because these are the ones that seem to come through that I was thinking about. Okay, so the biggest question I get asked, not related to play, is what eyeliner do I wear? I must get this message probably about 10 times a day, which is fine. I completely don't mind at all. I am a massive eyeliner wearer. My mum bought me my first pencil eyeliner, I think when I was about 14, 15. She'd been to one of those, I think it was like a Virgin V makeup party. Felt like she should buy something. Bought a eyeliner, gave it to me, and little did she know she was going to set off my love for eyeliner. And I think there aren't many days that I've not worn it since, to be honest. I have always liked makeup. I really like wearing makeup. It's just something I do. But I'm also really happy to go out the house without it. Normally at the weekends I wear a lot less. We do Sundays are like my favourite. We go for dog walks and things. And nearly always don't have any makeup on at all. So I'm not completely reliant on it, but I do like wearing it. So the eyeliner that I wear, I've got it here. It's the Rimmel. It's just a stupid, cheerful one. But honestly, I've tried loads and I found this one to be the best one. Rimmel Exaggerate eyeliner. It's a liquid one, and so it goes on like a pen. It's dead easy. It's the easiest there, so you can see. Goes on like a pen and literally lasts all day and doesn't smudge. So yes, that has always been my favourite. I am using the waterproof at the moment. I think I prefer the normal one. Doesn't seem to go on quite the same, but yeah. So that's the biggest one I get asked about is my eyeliner. Okay, so another one I get asked about, which really surprises me because I am no fashion guru, as you can see, jumpers. I get so many questions about people saying that I'm never in the same jumper. I seem to have so many. Where do I get them all from? And it's so funny because other people that I follow, I always think, oh, they have the most lovely collection of jumpers. But it's something that I always get lots of messages about. So I thought I'd share that, like, they're my favourite shops to go in. I'm not the best at shopping. I'm not a massive shopper, to be honest. My sister's one of those who can spot something and put an outfit together. She's really good at buying online and knowing what suits her, whereas I'm a bit rubbish with that. Yeah, I'm not great, and I sort of just stick to what I know. And there are certain colours, you know, I really like to wear. I think I wear a lot of grey. But yeah, so I normally go shopping with Mason, so I don't get long. So if I see something I like, no, actually, if I see something I love, I get it. But I won't buy it if I just like it, because I just feel like you've got to really love something to buy it. And I think that's since going on maternity leave, since running playHOORAY, I don't have the same income. Money's a lot tighter for us, and yeah, I'd rather spend my money on going out for a nice meal or saving up for a holiday, something than the more clothes, because yeah, I probably do have quite a lot of clothes. So yeah, I normally have Mason with me, and it's normally popping in the shops while we're waiting for class, or on the way somewhere, so it's normally retail parks and that sort of stuff. So I'm normally in New Look, ASOS. I like ASOS a lot, and just because it's so easy to return things on there. I get quite a lot of Sainsbury's, and it's funny, the stuff in Sainsbury's I get are normally the ones that like people really comment on and things. Silk Thread, I really like them. They're like an online one, lovely for dresses in the summer, particularly if you got, a couple of years ago we had a year of 10 weddings in 1 year, so a lot of dresses, and I got loads of mine at Silk Thread, and people always comment on them. And I like Silk Thread because they've got dresses with sleeves in, which I really like because I don't like my arms. And then H&M, love H&M, so easy. Too easy because I downloaded the app, so now it's too easy to get me and Mason stuff when I see it. But I do like H&M. And then Peacocks as well. This is actually from Peacocks, just because it's next door to Sainsbury's. And more often than not, I'll just pop in. I don't find something every time. It's one of those that you sometimes see, you sometimes don't. And you can sometimes pick out nice pieces. But I've got some lovely jumpsuits, and I've got a pair of shoes, like a pair of sandals from Peacocks a couple of years ago. People always comment on them. And yeah, they were cheap as chips basically, but they were fab. So yeah, they're the kind of places where I normally go. So if you're ever wondering where my jumps are from, they're probably the places to check. However, I have to say, I do wear things again and again, and I'm always conscious of when people say, oh, where's that jumper from? And I'll say, oh, actually it was H&M, but it was like 3 years ago. So I do like rewear things, and I don't always buy stuff new season. I'll maybe buy a few pieces, but not loads, like I said, just because of our situation. Okay, another question I get asked is why I don't feature my husband very much, which is a bit of a funny one really. I think it's because, so my husband is Ben, we've been married 6-ish years, something like that. And he, I think it's because he's not on social media, he's in a different field of work, and it's just not his thing. And I feel like playHOORAY is my job, is what I do, and he didn't choose to do that, so it's unfair to sort of put him in there. And if it was vice versa, I would hate for him to be posting pictures of me, so I can completely get it. When I do post a picture of him, I do always ask him first. And it's similar with Mason. He's getting older now. He's getting to the point where he's sometimes it's don't take a photo of me, mummy, which is fair enough, and I won't. He's started to become a bit more conscious of it. And when Mason was a baby and I first started playHOORAY, it was a lot more about him and what he was doing. And I'm trying to shift sort of the focus at the moment more onto, not onto me, but onto my expertise and the activities rather than what Mason's doing, because he's getting older, he's becoming more aware of it. And again, I think it's unfair, he didn't sign up for that. And if it's his choice that he doesn't want me to post something or put something online, then that's fair enough, and I get that. And I imagine as he's older, he'll be in it less and less. I still like sharing family stuff, but things like, my rule of thumb has always been about keeping it to play. That's what I'm here for. And so, you know, I don't really share a lot of family holiday stuff, a lot of our weekend stuff as well, because I think it's really nice as well for Mason to see me away from my phone. I spend a lot of time on my phone, and yeah, I just don't want him seeing it attached to my hand all the time. So weekends and holidays, I try to put it down and out of the way and just enjoy time as a family, really. So I must admit, I am quite a private person. On like my personal Facebook account, I don't post anything, just because it's, yeah, my family is really precious to me, and it's personal. It's just us, and I like to keep it that way. So yeah, it's maybe a bit of a funny one then that I do playHOORAY and I do also put part of my life on here. It's a bit of a funny one, isn't it? I've never really thought about it like that. Okay, and then another one that people always ask me is about my background and sort of how I got into doing playHOORAY and the work that I do now. So I am actually a qualified teacher, early years specialist. So that meant I went to university to train as a teacher and specialise with younger children. So it's more about like the child development, how the bodies develop and learning in the brain, and the benefits of play and all that sort of stuff, which is just what I love. I'm really passionate about that stuff. So before I went to Nottingham Trent University, and that's where I met Ben, my husband. Before that, I was never going to be in teaching. The plan was always going to be that I was going to go to art. I'm a really creative person, love drawing and painting. Don't do much of it these days. I get to be creative in other ways, I think, with the activities, and that's just how my brain works. But yeah, I do miss it, and I'd love to do, maybe one day when I get a bit more spare time, I'd love to spend some more time doing painting and drawing, just for my free time, a bit of me time, to be honest. So yeah, I grew up in Wakefield in West Yorkshire, hence the northern accent, and I was always going to go into art and things. I actually got a place into Leeds Art College, and then one day decided, I actually said to my mum and dad, this isn't what I want to do. So I had a gap year and I worked in Halifax Bank doing banking. Yeah, that just boggled my mind. I found all the sales and the money just wasn't for me. It just didn't suit my personality, basically. So while I was there, I applied for university and realised that primary school teacher was what I wanted to do. Did that, did a 4-year degree in Nottingham. Nottingham is a lovely city, so nice. So I decided to stay there and teach there for a couple of years. An amazing school, absolutely brilliant school. I had the best time over there. And then left and relocated to move to Bristol to be with my husband. He got his first proper job in Bristol. We both didn't know the city, so he moved here 6 months before I then moved down. It broke my heart leaving Nottingham, but it was nice to do a fresh start together. Love Bristol, absolutely love it, fell in love with it straight away. It is home now for us, and love that I'm bringing up Mason here. Taught in Bristol for a few years in reception, and then I was lucky to be, I got into a position of middle management, so I was overseeing what was classed as the first school, so nursery, reception year 1 and a bit of year 2, and that was a much more senior role. Which I must admit I found really difficult managing people and things like that, but loved it at the same time, was able to share my passion. And then I left to have Mason, and the school was very much that you return full-time or you don't return, and so it took me a long time to decide, but I decided not to return to the school. I had plans of maybe taking a little bit longer with Mason and then going back into teaching. However, started sharing activities I was doing with him on, I started on Facebook. I didn't know Instagram, I just did Facebook, and it was my sister that said to me, you should really try Instagram, I think you'd like it. Started Instagram as well, and then it grew, and it was never the plan to open a business or anything like that, and it was just, I was at home and I'd made these sort of activity cards of some ideas, because I just found that those days when I was tired, you just can't get your brain to think or function, and I was exhausted, and I was thinking I wanted to do stuff with Mason, but when I was tired I needed something, so I thought, I'll just jot some ideas down, and I thought, I'll chop them up as well, and then they're like activity cards, and then I can just pull them out at random, and if I keep them really quick and easy, they'll be the best ones. And called them play prompts, on a complete win, just put play prompts on the front. And then I said to my husband, I wonder if anyone else would want a pack of these, and so I printed some out to make them look nicer than the hand-drawn ones I'd done, printed them out and took a photo and advertised it, and it turned out people did want them, and lots of people wanted them, and I thought, I wonder if people would want ones like specific for babies, and I'll write some for those, and then yeah, that's sort of where it all began really, and I can't believe it, where playHOORAY's got to now. Is beyond my dreams, but I feel like it was something I was always meant to do. It's like I've come alive. Something's been ignited in me that I absolutely love, and I'm really passionate about, and I work my socks off. I work long days, and I know work in the sense of social media and blog posts and doing all the business behind the scenes and stuff. I really love it. I really love it. It's all I think and talk about. But yeah, so that's sort of how it came about. So yeah, that's the sort of the story of playHOORAY really, in a nutshell. I can tell you bits about it later, another time. And then another one, final question, of course. How many cups of tea do you drink? The amount of people that say, oh my goodness, how many cups of tea do you drink? Do you know what, actually, I don't drink that many. I only started drinking tea when I started teaching. Funny that, isn't it? Not that teaching's exhausting or anything, and that you need cups of tea to get through the day. So yeah, I started drinking tea when I was teaching, just because I was always tired. and I can't drink coffee. I just cannot stand the taste of it or the smell. So yeah, I started drinking it, and then of course had a few more once Mason was here, when he was a baby, trying to get through. And now it's become a bit of a safety blanket for me. It's like having my cup of tea when I talk to you guys. It just makes it a lot easier, and of course it gives me something to do with my hands. So now it's a bit of a running joke on my lives at 10 o'clock. If you ever join me on Instagram or Facebook, you will see that I nearly always have a cup of tea in hand. And actually if I don't, I think it was this week or last week, I forgot and I had to make a cup of tea on screen because it was just weird. It just feels wrong not having a cup of tea to hand. So actually I don't drink that many. So to answer the question, I have one first thing when I wake up in the morning. It's about 5 o'clock. And then I'll have one for the live. That's why I'm normally gasping by the live at 10 o'clock. I have one then. And then I'll have one straight after my lunch, which is this one. And then that'll do me. So it's actually only 3 cups a day, so it's not too bad. It's probably not as bad as it looks. It looks like I'm constantly drinking it. But anyway, we do keep joking on our lives that one day we'll do like an after in the evening one where we can all drink cocktails or pina coladas, whatever. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Or a glass of wine. Instead of me holding a teacup, I can be holding a wine glass instead. But we will see. Never know, maybe one day. So that's it then, guys. That's the 5 things that I get asked about that actually aren't related to teaching, but I get asked about them a lot. So I thought I'd share those with you, just so you can get to know me a little bit better, because I get to know you guys with all your lovely messages and things. So thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I feel so weird saying that. The amount of YouTube videos Mason's watching, that's all you hear the kids say. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So yeah, do give us a follow and let anyone else know if you think they might be useful. And again, like I said, maybe next week's will be more about play or activities or something you want me to focus on. Today I just wanted it to be a light-hearted one, really, and get to know me. So thanks so much for tuning in. Come and find our playHOORAY community pages on Facebook. Come and find me, play.hooray on Instagram. And yeah, and watch my lives at 10 o'clock. Maybe I can just help you out with some play ideas. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a lovely day. See you soon. Oh, happy playing. Bye.